Hello, and welcome back to Old News, the podcast that transports you to the past to relive the stories, events, and moments that shaped our world. Today, we're setting our time machines to the year 2016, a year of seismic shifts, cultural milestones, and historic elections. So, let's dive into another episode of Old News. In our first story, Brexit and the UK's EU referendum. In June 2016, the United Kingdom held a historic referendum to decide whether to remain a member of the European Union or leave, a process commonly referred to as Brexit. The referendum resulted in a narrow victory for the Leave campaign, with 52% of voters choosing to leave the EU and 48% voting to remain, shocking the world and triggering a complex and contentious process of negotiations between the UK and the EU. The outcome led to the resignation of Prime Minister David Cameron, who had campaigned for the UK to remain in the EU. Theresa May succeeded Cameron as Prime Minister and faced the challenging task of negotiating the terms of Brexit. The negotiations were characterized by debates over trade, borders, and the future relationship between the UK and the EU. Brexit had profound political and economic implications affecting trade agreements, immigration policies, and the unity of the UK itself. Up next, the US presidential election. Perhaps the most defining moment of 2016 was the United States presidential election. The campaign between Democratic nominee Hillary Clinton and Republican nominee Donald Trump was highly polarized and closely watched around the world. Hillary Clinton, a seasoned politician as former Secretary of State, Senator, and First Lady, aimed to become the first female president of the United States. Her campaign focused on a wide range of issues such as healthcare reform, climate change mitigation, and social justice. Clinton's candidacy represented a historic moment for gender equality in American politics as she sought to break the highest glass ceiling. Donald Trump, a real estate developer and reality TV personality, ran an unconventional and highly controversial campaign, but tapped into the frustrations of many Americans. A Washington outsider, he sought to be the first American president without prior political or military service. Trump started his presidential campaign in 2000, running as a Reform Party candidate following Ross Perot. As outlined in the campaign companion piece, The America We Deserve, one of his focuses was on achieving universal health care. Critics questioned the seriousness of Trump's 2000 campaign and speculated that it was a tactic to strengthen his brand, sell books, and overcome debt. Then, in 2008, during Barack Obama's presidential run, Trump was a prominent figure in spreading the birther conspiracy theory, suggesting that Obama was not born in the US. It was debunked by the release of the Hawaiian long-form birth certificate, but further put Trump in the political spotlight. Trump's 2016 Republican platform included promises to build a wall on the US-Mexico border, renegotiate trade deals, and, quote, make America great again, borrowing Ronald Reagan's successful campaign slogan from 1980. Polls leading up to the election had generally favored Clinton, but chants of lock her up, related to Clinton's use of a private email server while in office, energized Trump's base, potentially swayed some undecided voters, and deepened the political divide in the country. The election night itself was a roller coaster of emotions, surprises, and key battleground states playing a pivotal role. In a shocking upset, Donald J. Trump secured victory to become the 45th president of the U.S. by winning the Electoral College, while Hillary Clinton won the popular vote by a margin of nearly 3 million votes, highlighting the unique nature of the Electoral College system. The 2016 U.S. presidential election had far-reaching consequences both domestically and internationally. It exposed deep divisions within the country along political, ideological, and demographic lines. The role of social media in shaping public opinion and the spread of misinformation and fake news became significant topics of discussion following the election. Allegations of foreign interference, particularly from Russia, raised concerns about the integrity of the electoral process and led to investigations into election interference. The election sparked protests and movements such as the Women's March, as well as ongoing debates about the direction of the country on issues like immigration, healthcare, and climate change. It was certainly a pivotal moment for the future of the United States. Third story, the Zika virus outbreak. The Zika virus outbreak, which began in 2015, continued to spread in 2016, particularly in South and Central America. The virus, transmitted primarily by Aedes mosquitoes, raised concerns due to its link to birth defects, particularly microcephaly, in newborns. Efforts to combat the outbreak included mosquito control measures, public health campaigns, and research to develop vaccines. Fourth story, the Rio Olympics. The 2016 Summer Olympics took place in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, amidst concerns about infrastructure, pollution, and the Zika virus. Despite the challenges, the Games showcased exceptional athleticism and sportsmanship, with athletes from around the world competing at the highest level. Michael Phelps, the American swimmer, added more gold medals to his legendary career, solidifying his status as one of the greatest Olympians of all time. Simone Biles, the American gymnast, dazzled with her gravity-defying routines, earning multiple gold medals and capturing hearts worldwide. Also, in the sporting world, we mourned the loss of a legend, Muhammad Ali, the iconic boxer known for his charisma, social activism, and famous quotes. For example, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. It's not bragging if you can back it up. And, quote, it's just a job. Grass grows, birds fly, waves pound the sand. I beat people up. His legacy continued to inspire generations. In our final story, the rise of virtual reality. On the technological front, 2016 marked a significant step in the development of virtual reality with the release of consumer VR headsets. VR technology promised new possibilities in entertainment, education, and beyond. As we journey through the events of 2016, we encounter a year defined by political upheaval, global challenges, and the triumph of human resilience and athleticism. This has been old news, a year in review. In the words of Winston Churchill, those that fail to learn from history are doomed to repeat it. If you let it ride, we'll see you in 2017.